Why did I and probably you used to think negatively? We're about to talk about it. We're 8 weeks. We're taking 8 weeks to talk about having a winning leader's mindset. We talked last week about why some fail and why some succeed, and it starts with your mindset. How you think, what you think of yourself, what you think you can accomplish. And last week the challenge was to be aware about what you're thinking about. Hopefully that went well and you became aware of what you're actually thinking about and if it's primarily positive or negative. By the way, don't ever stop being aware of your thoughts all day, every day, because if you're aware of them, then you can intentionally change them. So now that you're aware of your thoughts, this week, I want to dig a little deeper and ask yourself why you think the way that you think. The goal is to get into the root of this thing. And if it's negative, dig it out and get ready to replace it with the right thoughts that are going to get you on the success track in your own personal life and in the cleaning business as a leader. And if you're primarily thinking positive, then we want to put positive and more success thoughts in your mind and get you more consistent to build strength on strength and power on power. So for me personally last week, I was aware of my thoughts and I am thinking primarily very positive and successful thoughts. Now, and that's because over the last 8 years, I've been very intentional about my personal growth and the way that I think. And I'm very intentional about what I think about. So with this week, we're focusing on why do you think the way that you think? For me, I think positive because I'm very intentional about focusing on the Word of God and what it says about me and what He thinks about me and the success that He created for me to walk in. And that's written in the Bible. That's why I think that way. I've always thought generally positively and successfully, but at a very limited level. And so I also understand why I used to think negatively, and you may too. So I was raised in a great home overall, thankfully, but there was negativity around me in the sense of some depression. So I believe that limited my thinking. Now, we were a family of 7 kids. We didn't purchase a lot. And so as kids, I had also a limited view of finances and resources. My parents weren't overly creative either, so I didn't think a lot out of the box. Also, in another area of my life, I hung out with some people that were drinking and doing drugs and stealing even at one point, and I found myself doing some of those things, which I don't like to admit, but it is true. One example in the cleaning business and in the cleaning industry from my very early days, it was with one of the first companies that I reached out to, and I reached out to the manager, gave him an estimate. My estimate was off on the price side of things. It was way too high. And he was not easy on me. He just gave it to me. So don't mean gave me the business. We got hard on me. It was embarrassing and I felt like it was a big failure. So my mindset in that, I had to be cautious not to be thinking like a failure. So I can look back and see reasons why I was limited and failing in my thinking and my mindset and my actions growing up. So again, last week, we looked at being aware of what you're thinking about. This week, it's why. Understand why you think the way that you think. And I'm really excited about next week because we're going to get to dig into building that winning, successful leader's mindset. Remember, you are a blessing, so go be a blessing.